And we can edit this out. 3, 2, 1.
Sweet.
All right. Welcome in to this thing that we've created. This is Beach and Ball. It's going to be all about the Big West. I'm one of your co-hosts. My name is Ryan.
I'm Lucas.
And welcome in. It's definitely going to be an experience, a trip for both of us, if you will. Figure this would be a good time to introduce ourselves. So, Lucas, if you want to go first.
My name's Lucas. I live in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, and I'm here to talk about teams that are nowhere near here. I've never even been to California, but we're talking about best conference in the country right now, the Big West. Let's see. I'm just ready to get to know these teams. I'm ready for college basketball. I grew to love college basketball. Me and Ryan both went to and met at the University of Kentucky, and so we know a little bit about ball. Not about a lot about beach, but we know about ball.
Definitely know a lot about ball. My name is Ryan, so I also happen to live in the great Commonwealth of Kentucky, originally from Northwest Pennsylvania. First started living for ball, watching Pitt, because I'm originally from Northwest Pennsylvania. So grew to love ball a little bit more once I went to Kentucky, where it is all ball all the time. Only been to California once, and happened to drive past one of the schools. Not one of the ones we're going to talk about today, but beautiful place, and I'm very happy to get to know some of these places a little bit better. So, with all that being said, do we want to dive in to the recap of the first week of games?
Yeah, so we're a little late to the party. Happy Veterans Day to all who celebrate. Thank you for your service. We missed out on a few basketball games, though. We're going to talk about those real quick before we dive into the preview of some games going on. We got games today.
Yes, we got
Veterans
4 games today.
Yeah, but they're all late night, and that's beautiful. So
perfect
Eastern
for
time,
Central Time, which is what I'm in.
Yeah, he's in Central Time. I'm in Eastern Time. So and it's great because I work nights. So I get home at 10 o'clock, and there's like 2 or 3 10 o'clock games for me in the Big West tonight. So I'm super stoked about that.
Well, we'll get to those, but we have actually. Oh wait, even better. We have 5 games actually.
5. Wow. Okay.
So I guess we might as well recap the previous week's events. No games on Monday or Wednesday of this past week. I think we should definitely start off with the story of the week in terms of Big West basketball. UC Davis.
Yeah.
UC Davis 2-0. Yeah. Beating William Jessup. Where is that? I have no idea. Probably somewhere. So I'm assuming somewhere in California. But the true number one story here is UC Davis beat Pepperdine out of, that conference that has Gonzaga in it.
Oh, boy.
So 79-78. Big win. Big win for the Aggies.
Yeah, I just looked it up. So Jessup University is in a town that I've never heard of. Rocklin, California?
Rocklin, California. Where is that?
Let's open up a map.
While he's looking at that, I'm going to break in because UC Davis appears to at least have 3 really good players, which I pretty much try to identify those through the 2 games that they played. The 3 big guys for UC Davis appear to be Kane Milling, our guy, which we talked about off air, which is our guy Elijah Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy with the really big arms and looked like he was like in a 90s punk rock band.
Yeah, who's he? Number 40? You said?
I can find him. Where was where's Rocklin, California?
Yeah, no, Elijah Pepper, number 40 for UC Davis. Oh, Rocklin is a suburb of Sacramento.
Oh, all right. So northern actually that makes sense because in UC Davis, like Northern California.
Probably. That's it.
But anyway,
that's the thing. We're just starting this, and we know almost as much of the Big West Conference as you do. So we're doing this to build our own libraries in our mind of how cool these schools and this conference in general is.
And for the record, we actually are like legitimately interested in these schools too, because I have only like ever heard of some of them, and some of them I've never heard of at all. So, anyway, Kane Milling in their game against Pepperdine, how about 8 points, 6 rebounds, 4 steals, which I would say not too bad against a school from the mountain where the WCC. Our guy Elijah Pepper definitely doing a lot of work. 24 points in 37 minutes. How's that taste?
Yep, big arms, big points, a lot of numbers.
Yes, big arms and big points. Ty Johnson also leading the way too. He had 28, three rebounds, 3 steals in 33 minutes. So,
wow.
Basically, from what I've looked at in the first couple of games, those 3 guys are probably going to be leading the charge for UC Davis. Also, probably one of the favorites to win the league too, because they are plus 800, depending on what book you can find.
Yeah, who are our guys? So we're talking about Elijah Pepper, Kane Milling, and was there a third name?
Ty Johnson.
Ty Johnson. Okay, Ty Johnson is a junior, so he one more year of eligibility, unless there's other forms of eligibility he's catching out here. But both Kane Milling and Elijah Pepper are both seniors, so look for that senior leadership from them throughout the team.
Yeah, the other thing, if they're seniors, they might have a COVID year too.
They might, yeah.
And also Ty Johnson might. Which also the theme for these conferences, usually like a mid-major like this, is that they have to be led by seniors and juniors, because they're usually not getting the blue chip All-American McDonald's All-American guys.
And that's what we like to see. You know, going through college at UK, saw a lot of one and dones, a lot of great guys, don't get me wrong, but you just got to have a love in your heart for that senior leadership and the guys who stay 4 years.
And there's nothing better than actually like getting to know the players on your team, which, I mean, watching Kentucky basketball, you don't really get a chance to, other than just what you see.
Mm-hmm.
Some other 2 things I had on this game. They're really heavy. UC Davis is going to make their money at the free throw line. Their first two games, they've shot 67 free throws.
67. Wow.
36 and 31.
I guess that speaks to how aggressive they are in the paint too, drawing those fouls. I'm not sure if our Big West referees are the cream of the crop or not. So maybe they're missing a few calls here and there, but yeah, I think that just really speaks to them wanting to get into the paint, drive to the basket, and draw that contact. Yeah.
The other big player I put in here, fifth year senior out of London. Don't see very many British basketball players. Yep. Is Ade Adebayo. Feels like he'll be a key coming down the stretch, because you can't really rely on only 3 guys.
True. And did we confirm that he's Bam Adebayo's brother?
Is he actually? I don't know that.
I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh, he's got the same last name. So
let's see. Ade Adebayo is probably not, considering he's from London.
Dang.
That's okay. We can cut that out. So, anything else that you would want to add into UC Davis and Pepperdine?
No.
Or anything else in general on UC Davis?
No, I really appreciate it. So they beat Pepperdine by like 1 point. What was it, 79-78?
Yeah.
That's really good for them. That lets me know that they're going to be good to go in close games down the stretch, starting off early with a little bit of that pressure to lock down that defense and not give up some easy baskets in the waning minutes.
And they also clubbed Jessup by like 30 points.
Yeah, that was crazy. They scored 86 points in that game, and
Gotta say that was my first game of watching this too. Is UC Davis and William Jessup.
incredible.
Should we go into game number 2 that I marked as the big stories so far?
Yeah.
How about this? So we have 1-1 Cal State Northridge, CSUN, if you will. So they're 1-1. They lost to Stanford the other night. They beat Idaho.
That's good. I love the fight they put up against Stanford. They hung in for it for a little bit until eventually Stanford pulled away. That's the price you got to pay because the Pac-12 is like not the best at football, but they're actually kind of decent at basketball.
Yeah, which I mean, Pac-12 probably going to be pretty heavy this year, considering that UCLA is really good and USC is going to get all the attention because they have LeBron's kid. If you didn't know, if you didn't know that, apparently. Also learned they're selling his jerseys in the Nike store.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
wonder
don't know
much
how
that's
he
going for.
I don't know how he possibly could have gotten a deal with Nike. Obviously, it's due to his talent, which he is actually pretty talented.
Yeah.
And also, Cal State Northridge, one of my favorite mascots in this league, definitely in the upper tier. Go Matadors.
Matadors. Yeah, it's so unique. You don't see a whole lot of teams with Matadors as their mascots or logos. That same goes for a lot of teams here in the Big West. Like they just have really unique mascots, and I love it.
We got the Gauchos.
The Gaucho, yeah, I love the Gauchos. Those are my favorites so far. The Anteaters.
Get your Gaucho out.
Yeah, yeah. I can only stand so much of the Tigers. How many Tigers are in the SEC? Like at least 2,
3.
No, 3.
Like 2 or 3.
I always forget
Missouri,
about Auburn.
LSU, and we don't acknowledge them either.
Yeah.
We will in a minute because one of these schools that we look at has a transfer from there.
Yeah, too many basic mascots like the Tigers. You're not going to find that in the Big West. You're going to find some cool, unique mascots.
We got the Anteaters, we got the Roadrunners, we got the Matadors.
Roadrunners.
Love the Roadrunners.
The Rainbow Warriors.
The Rainbow Warriors. Shout out my boys at Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah.
So anyway, Cal State Northridge, I identified 3 real good players, or at least the players that they're going to lean on. We got Dennis Allen Eakins, I guess. 19 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals against Idaho, because that'd be the one that they won. He also played a pretty big role in their game against Stanford. Second player that I put on here, Deontay Bostic. 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 steals. He also appears to be their 3-point shooter, probably, because he had the most threes through a couple of games that they've played, which is what I need in my Mountain West my Big West basketball, really in basketball in general.
Yeah, right.
The other one that I identified, De'Aaron Tucker, 9 points, 6 rebounds in their win against Idaho. Anything else you want to add on those big 3?
No, it's just carbon copy of what we saw at UC Davis. 2 seniors and a junior, again, relying on that senior leadership. You love to see it. Matter of fact, I'm looking at their roster right now, and it looks like, if ESPN is correct, which they probably are, there's 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 freshmen on this entire team.
Oh, so they are really loaded up on experience.
Yeah, 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores. Everybody else is a junior or senior.
So they brought in. Oh, go ahead.
No, they're good. Which is great. Look for big things, but we're gonna come back in about a year or 2, and we're gonna have to witness either a rebuild or a reload, and we'll find out which one is which. But we'll worry about that when the time comes in the coming years. But this year, a lot of older guys. A lot of good leadership on that team.
We'll see if we can build on some of that early season success. Other stuff that I've noticed, Slow start because they brought in one transfer so far. They actually brought in two, but slow start for one of their bigger transfers, Jared Barnett, who came from San Diego State. He, I believe, has started both of their games so far.
Wow.
But given where he came from, I think he's going to eventually be leaned on. The other thing I noticed, Cal State Northridge so far has played with a pretty short bench, which could be a little bit of a rough sign, as they're only playing with three guys off the bench between Brian Njonga, Keontae Jones, and Jasmine Sanga. And he was our other transfer too. So he came from Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi.
Have you ever been to Corpus Christi?
No, but I actually, if I remember correctly, one of my cousins went to A&M Corpus Christi.
Really?
I heard it's a big party school. I'd love to go to Corpus Christi. I've heard good things about it. I think that college is actually like on its own little island, and it's like right on the beach. So like, you know, when you hear about professors saying, let's go have class outside, they can actually have class on the beach, which honestly is great.
I say, isn't like Corpus Christi kind of on an island too?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add into Cal State Northridge?
No, they're sitting at 1-1 right now, so we'll see. We'll see how they turn that around, if they can roll with the punches or if they let it get to their head and start a mean losing streak. Hopefully not. But most of the conference sitting at 1-1. We got a few 0-1s. And then
Hawaii hasn't played a game yet.
Yeah, Hawaii hasn't played a game yet. I think their game is either Monday or Tuesday.
Against Hawaii Hilo, I believe is or however you say it.
Right. So yeah, well, it's really too early to call. We'll see some separation here in the coming games. We'll see who falls to one in a bunch or starts to put up numbers in the win column.
Especially because they're going to be getting some games where they have to play teams that are paying them. So, yeah. And as we learned from James Madison knocking off Michigan State, it's very possible that it can happen.
It is. It is.
Ready for story number 3 of the short week so far?
Lay it on me.
Our third one, we got our Cal Poly Mustangs. How about that?
Yeah,
1-1.
I love Cal Poly.
Yeah, my high school, their nickname was the Mustangs. So, little small connection there, if there is a connection at all. So they're 1-1. They beat Laverne. I'm unfamiliar with their oeuvre. They beat Laverne and lost to Denver. Denver, I think I could identify where that is.
Yeah, that's not a good sign, losing to a hockey school like that.
Yeah, but well, that could be a decent basketball school too. But yeah, they're definitely more well known for their hockey. So they're 3 big guys. Looks like they're gonna be a school that's gonna rely a little bit more on 3-point shooting, because 2 of their big guys are not really big guys because they're both guards, I think. But Kobe Sanders, 16 points, 6 rebounds in their win against Laverne. And Jared Hyder, 9 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. So yeah, at least from what I've seen so far, at least those 2 are going to be big outside guys, which, I mean, if you're going to have outside shooters, hopefully that can open up the floor for some guys in the middle.
Definitely.
Only other person that I put on here is Joel Armatrading. So far, probably my favorite last name of this entire thing.
That's incredible. How do they fit that on the back of his jersey?
Yeah, very, very tiny letters, I believe. 21 points, 8 rebounds. How's that sound?
Wow. That's pretty great. Pretty great.
All of that against our boys at Laverne. Any other additions you want to make to this, including where Laverne is?
Where is Laverne? I had something and I lost it. Let me look up where Laverne is, and I'll see if it comes back to me. Oh yeah, no, I remember now. So last year, Cal Poly finished bottom of the conference.
Not
And
ideal.
so, not ideal, but when you hit rock bottom, the only place to go is up. So look for big things from them this year because they got something to prove. And the like I said, the only way for them to go is up right now. So I'm not. This is not me saying that Cal Poly is going to win the conference. They still got a shot, but I'm looking for a more middle of the table result from them this year.
Yeah, everyone's still in it until they're not in it.
Right.
Laverne appears to be between Los Angeles and San Bernardino.
Wow.
Somewhere in that, yeah, somewhere between there too. Just means I think I would have driven past this college too, and never even knew it was there.
Yep. This is gonna get my knowledge of California geography through the roof. I'm only familiar with a few places.
Yeah, that was my summer trip, was driving that route, which was, I think it was Route 10, I guess. Route 10 and Route 15, plenty of times.
Yeah. You guys didn't hit the Sunset Boulevard?
But we did not, unfortunately, hit the Sunset Boulevard. We hit a flat tire while we were somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard. So Cal Poly has a very deep bench through their 2 games so far. They played 14 guys and then played 11.
Wow.
So they're playing a lot of people.
I wonder if they're trying to do the
The platoons.
The platoons, yeah, the platoons. I forgot what it was called. I wonder if they're trying to platoon, much like Mr. Calipari did a few years back.
I also definitely like that they're actually doing this because I think they're trying to just figure out which guys are going to become their core 8 to 9 guys that are going to get the most time.
Right, exactly.
Which is definitely going to help once you get to January, February, is once you know who your guys are. Only other note I had on this game is, other than Sanders, Hyder, and arbitrating, it looks like there's going to be at least 2 other guys that are going to be fighting for spots, and then at least 2 other, and then the other 2 will be coming off the bench most likely. So it's going to be between, or well, 3, I guess. Isaac Spears, Aaron Price Jr., Justin Page, Quentin Jones, and Paul Bizamana. All of them are going to be fighting for 2 spots.
Bizamana, another great last name. Cal Poly's
I like
the
Bizamana.
last name game. Yeah, it's incredible.
And do we want to get to our last of our big recaps?
Is it Bakersfield? Please say
it is.
Bakersfield.
It is my boys at Cal State Bakersfield.
Yeah.
Shout out Cal State Bakersfield. They are in on the ground floor. As you know, got us a follow on the Instagram. Which, if you're watching, follow us on the Instagram at Beach and Ball Show.
Yes.
Well, there'll be a link in the description, I'm sure. Also, Cal State Bakersfield plus 5,000 to win the conference. So
wow.
If no one else believes in them, we are.
Yep.
They are 1-1. Their biggest win is against a team who was in the semifinals of the CBI.
Wow. Okay.
So good win. They beat Southern Utah.
Utah. Oh yeah. That
take a guess where that probably is.
That another great name in Southern Utah. I told you, the guy's name was like Prophet Johnson or something like that.
Oh, that's a great name. Do you know what their mascot is?
No, what was it?
I believe they're the Thunderbirds.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Great car. And a great mascot. Yeah, sure enough, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds.
Yeah, Prophet Johnson from Southern Utah. Love the Mormon reach right there.
Is it Prophet as in Prophet?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Probably not.
Yeah.
Profit.
FIT. No, that would be a huge NIL deal right there. Take advantage of that, Mr.
Go get your banks, folks.
Yeah.
So let's see. Unfortunately their loss was to USC, which was the other night.
Ah, yes. Those
against
those
the
dang
fight
Pac-12ers beating our boys.
the fighting Bronny Jameses.
Yeah.
Which I guess I have to focus. I guess I have to focus on basketball now that their football team is going to lose their best player after this year.
Yeah, Caleb Williams looking for the looking ahead to the draft.
Yeah, enjoy your. Well, he could come back since he technically has another year of eligibility.
True.
So our three guys, we got Caleb Higgins. He's definitely going to be the star of the show here.
Yes.
And they're going to be running the whole show through him.
Yeah, that Southern Utah game, he racked up 27 points.
27 points, and also
and the
definitely
next highest one
shooter.
was like 9. So yeah, they're definitely, their game plan right now is feed Caleb Higgins the ball.
Yeah, give him the ball, and they're going to rely on him. Our other guy, we had Marvin McGee the third, excuse me. 8 points, 6 rebounds. He also looks like he's going to be a 3-point shooter too, considering that he at least had the most attempts, which isn't a bad thing. But we need our guys to. You can't make them all, but you also can't miss them all.
Yeah.
And then our other guy, our big guy who's playing a lot of minutes, is Cameron Wilbon. 4 points, 5 rebounds. Cal State Bakersfield, definitely a good way to start the season, beating a team who was playing late into a postseason tournament.
Yeah, that's always good when you can take a team that's proven themselves in the postseason and take them to the brink of destruction. That's always a good sign. It's also a bad beat. Like, man, it's heartbreak. I've seen heartbreaking losses before, and a buzzer beater foul to Caleb Higgins.
No,
like the guy with the most points, the guy you definitely don't want the ball in his hands when the game's on the line for you, and you foul him.
What are you doing here, folks?
I was keeping up. So I was watching on the ESPN app, and it couldn't keep up. It was like, so it gave the win to Southern Utah, and then it was like, well, it's not done yet. At one point, it was showing me, it counted the free throws, and then it was showing me the final score, but it still had the win probability prediction. It still had Southern Utah as 100% win probability, but they were down 1 point.
Oh.
So a lot of crazy antics. The app couldn't even keep up.
Can't handle that Roadrunner magic.
Yeah.
Also, hopefully they don't get they can avoid getting splattered like the other Roadrunner. So we got a few. Yeah, that was my one big note, is that the offense is going to run through Caleb Higgins, and I don't think that's going to be a stretch to say.
No. Let me look at his first game. How many? Okay.
So they also appear to have a very short bench, and then I'll let you get that point out. Their three big bench players that they're going to have are Corey Stevenson, Nassim Gaskin, and then we have a fun name. I'm going to assume this guy's probably from Lithuania or something like that. Udnias Yarosevicius.
Heck yeah.
You're the one who took language lessons closer to that region, so you can correct me if I was even close.
Hold on. Let me go.
What was the point you were about to make?
Wow. Yeah. No, that's a mouthful. That's like one of those jerseys where the name's got to go like up and arch down.
Yeah, it's like Jared Saltalamacchia.
Right. Let me go back to Caleb Higgins. So I was looking at his stats for the first 2 games, and we're looking at over 2 games, he's only got 2 rebounds and 7 assists, 2 in the first game, 5 in the second game. So he's not our rebound guy. He got more assists against USC than he did against Southern Utah, which is good. We want to see, him helping other people out. No blocks, only a handful of steals.
It's okay.
And so we're not looking for him to hit double doubles, triple doubles, stuff like that. He's our points guy.
He's the points guy.
The other people on the team, they can worry about the rebounds, they can worry about the assists, they can worry about the blocks and the steals. Caleb Higgins is a point guy. Now, I could be wrong. In a few games, he might he might come out of his shell a little bit and start hitting the boards or start assisting his fellow teammates. And, he might snag a double-double here and there. But for right now, it looks like his mission is to put the ball through the hoop.
Yeah, that's gonna be his big goal here. Are there any other big stories that we could think about in this little open that we have?
No, I think pretty standard. I haven't seen them play anybody crazy yet. No upsets to talk about like Arizona and Duke last night.
Oh, I didn't get to see that. I
Yeah,
saw Arizona won.
Yeah, they went into Cameron Indoor and quieted the crazies.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
But we'll have to check back later on the Big West for any crazy games or crazy upsets. I think it's pretty much all been chalk so far. Some of the closer games might have been technically upsets, but in a few of our 1-on-1 teams. But I'm still hoping for the day that they get an upset over a Pac-12 team or somebody else.
We definitely could see it happen eventually, especially because it's the early part of the season. If you're betting on these games, it's also the time the bookmakers have like no idea what's going to happen yet,
Right,
because
exactly.
they haven't seen any of these guys.
Right, not enough data.
And also the transfers. They don't know how they're going to factor into all this.
Right.
So I guess we should try to meet our first couple of schools here.
Yes.
So this will be a recurring thing that happens for the first few episodes. We're going to get to know some of the schools in this league. And we're going to start off with the two founders. Which one do you want to start with first?
We'll go with Long Beach State, because out of the two founders, so the two founders are Long Beach State and UC Santa Barbara. UC Santa Barbara actually left the conference for a little bit, and then decided the error in their ways, and they came back. So Long Beach State is the only one that's had continuous support and membership of this conference.
I like that. UC Santa Barbara, as we mentioned, they're the Gauchos. So that's what I had. One of the five charter members of the Big West. That formed in June of 1968.
Yeah, it wasn't always the Big West either. So it was
Wasn't like the Pacific Athletic Conference or something like that?
Yeah, it was the Pacific Coast Athletic Association, the PCAA.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. And then it became the Big West a few years later.
Their old logo was really awesome, though, when it was the red, white, and blue one.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good.
But we're flying W guys now.
Right. And so there were 5 original charter members. Like we said, UC Santa Barbara and Long Beach State are the only ones that are still in the conference. Get a load of these names, though. So we got Fresno State, San Jose State, and San Diego State were also founding members. And so
yeah, when I was doing my research, I noticed that too.
Yeah, born and raised in the PCAA, and then got uplifted to other conferences. So a lot of good things coming out of the Big West. Even if they're not staying, we wish they would stay. But a lot of good teams coming through our Big West. A lot of history.
They're off doing their own thing now.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, Long Beach State located in Long Beach, California.
Right. Other than the school, I was telling Ryan before the show started here, he didn't go to Long Beach State. Kind of makes me sad, but a notable person who was born in Long Beach, California, Snoop Dogg. So we got the Dogfather and the Dirtbags. Love that.
Calvin Brodus is what I like to call him.
Yeah. If you don't know, Long Beach State's baseball team, they got a nickname. So their normal mascot, or their fans just say "Go Beach." But the baseball team is called the Dirtbags.
I love that they're the Dirtbags.
Yeah. So the Dirtbags and the Dogfather coming at you from Long Beach, California.
So yeah, I noticed I was looking through some of their famous alumni that went there. A lot of baseball players, not surprisingly.
Yeah. I think my favorite
Troy Tulowitzki, Jason Giambi, Evan
And
Longoria.
Evan Longoria, yeah.
Evan Longoria just in the World Series, by the way. With I believe he's with the Diamondbacks.
Diamondback, yeah. So a lot of dirtbags out there winning rings or at least fighting for it. Good job to the Diamondbacks for winning the NL pennant. You beat my Dodgers. You embarrassed them. I hate it, but that's what happens every year. The Dodgers love to win in the regular season, and then October rolls around, and they're like, let's just get out of here.
Yeah, you can also consider me a dirtbag. Other two people who I noticed on here, Harold Reynolds. He works for MLB Network, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still does. And Jared Weaver.
Wow.
They said the baseball alumni. Jared Weaver, fun fact, was on the cover of the baseball game MVP 07 NCAA baseball.
Oh, wow.
In his Long Beach State uniform. So there's a little trivia for your for the people. Also enjoyed playing NCAA 07. I wish they kind of made college baseball games.
Yeah, we can only hope. We're hopefully going to get that NCAA football game here soon. And then hopefully it just snowballs out of that and we get basketball back or baseball. And heck, even, let's see what other college sports we can get out. Big West is also really big into beach volleyball. So I would love a beach volleyball game.
Imagine that.
Yeah, EA Sports. Put that in your notes.
Yeah, if someone from EA Sports is watching, it's going to be...
Yeah. The fans want beach volleyball.
I'm pretty sure I was the only person who was playing MVP college baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But, who's counting?
Two
other famous alumni that I had, Steven Spielberg.
Yes. I was just about to get into that too. It's California, we're going to talk about a bunch of actors. We're going to talk about a bunch of film people. Steven Spielberg went to Long Beach State. I love that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, even if he is not your favorite director, everyone out there loves a good Spielberg movie, be it E.T., be it my favorite is Jurassic Park, hands down. Jaws, even like I said, even if he's not your favorite, everyone out there has a comfort Spielberg movie or just one that they love to watch.
Didn't he just have like another really big one come out like not that long ago?
He's had a few. He's done. He even started diving into musicals. He did.
He did
West Side Story. Yeah. So a few other, like we got David Toohey is also an alumni of Long Beach State. He's a screenwriter and director.
Wax poetic as I'm going to grab the charger for my computer.
Yeah, no problem. Also, a few actors starting off in TV shows and ending up in different acting roles. Maitland Ward, now porn star, but we don't shame here. So a lot of good famous people coming out of Long Beach State and California schools in general. Let's see. There's a bunch of other names. I'm really bad at actors for the longest time, and especially after watching The Departed. I could not tell the difference between Mark Wahlberg and I'm coming up blank on that guy's name. See, I still can't tell the difference. It's Mark Wahlberg and somebody else. They look exactly the same to me. And putting them both in The Departed, I was like, really? Come on. It made my first watch really, really confusing because Mark Wahlberg would come on screen and I'd be like, he just left. Like, what is he doing now? So we got Long Island in New York and Long Beach in California. I'm going to find out exactly how long Long Beach is. to see if they deserve the title or not.
Is it actually a Long Beach?
About 28 miles.
Pretty Long Beach.
Yeah, the Long Beach Peninsula is the longest contiguous beach in the U.S. Okay, so it does deserve the title. Around 28 miles, and it is renowned for the abundant seafood harvest, which is great. I love seafood. I've never.
You're also big. You're also a big cook guy in general.
Yeah. No, I love to cook. I love seafood. Getting it fresh from the sea you can't beat that. You just can't. I've been deep sea fishing, having the fish swim in the morning and then on your plate for dinner. It's perfect.
By the way, for The Departed, were you thinking of Matt Damon?
Matt Damon, yeah. Matt Damon. Yeah, no, Matt Damon and Mark Wahlberg look the same to me. And
I only had one other.
I'll fight anyone who says otherwise.
They do look very similar, which is disturbing. They don't have some of the same histories, though. Only other famous alumni that I had was Misty May Traynor.
Oh yeah,
you know her from Olympic beach volleyball fame with Carrie Walsh.
Yeah, let's go more more beach volleyball love. We love to see it.
That's right. I also forgot Jack Nicholson's in The Departed too.
Yeah, very good. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, and his brother Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, and also Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen, big star-studded cast. Is that a unfortunately not a Spielberg film? I believe that is a Scorsese film.
I was going to say this is probably screaming Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, it's a mafia movie, so you can almost bet the house on
sure
Scorsese.
Enough. So, which also I have to. There's another Scorsese movie I have to watch, but that's for another show. So Long Beach State basketball, they've done pretty well over the years. They had their best seasons were in 1971 and 1972 when they made the Elite Eight.
Wow, that's more than some teams can say. Has Tennessee had an Elite Eight or only one?
I think they've had like one or two.
One, yeah. So Long Beach State just as good as the University of Tennessee when it comes to making Elite Eights.
Yeah, and I would much rather be at Long Beach State than Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Also, the only shame is that Long Beach State had their Elite Eight seasons vacated.
Oh no.
Which is, but hey, we don't judge. Kentucky's had wins shaved off.
Yep. It's becoming more and more common to like who hasn't had wins shaved off. Kansas just got the axe on some wins. Louisville got the axe on some wins.
I don't seem to recall them winning another title.
Yeah. So that's almost a mark of a good team is like if you get caught, you get wins shaved off. Like you're in an elite club.
Yeah, I mean, Dean Smith was cheating all the time, and he got away with it.
Yeah.
So Long Beach State has 9 all-time NCAA tournament appearances.
Wow.
Or whatever I said. Long Beach State does.
Mm-hmm.
They have 9 conference titles, and they've won the regular season 14 times.
Wow.
So they're doing something right over there in Long Beach. Their head coach is Dan Monson. He's been the coach since 2007. So this would be his 16th year, I guess, in charge of the beach.
In charge of the whole beach.
I just like the way that sounds. He runs the beach.
Runs the beach. Put him in a lifeguard uniform.
Yeah, he's like David Hasselhoff. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Baywatch. If we were doing a podcast just for Long Beach State, I'd want to call it Beach Watch.
My goodness.
I'm reading here. So Long Beach State has had 32 players been selected out of Long Beach State for the NBA draft in history. 4 first rounders. Although
that's pretty good.
They're lacking some in the last 10-ish years. So hopefully they can get back up there where they belong. And 10 in the second round. No top 3 picks. Hopefully they can turn that around. We'll look to their juniors and seniors, see if we can get some top picks out of them.
For sure.
And so unfortunately, they're going through a little bit of a drought.
Yeah.
A lot
It's
of
been a rough go of things.
rough go of things. So like this says the last time a player was drafted out of Long Beach State was 2013.
Oh,
that's a long
geez.
time. That's 10
Who
years.
was that?
So it does not say. But out of the teams that take Long Beach State players, we've got 4 went to the Hawks, the Atlanta Hawks, 4 to the Celtics, and 3 to the Rockets.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so that does not add up to 32, and I recognize that, but that's the numbers it's giving me. So
Yeah.
Look for those teams. I know all of those are, well, not the Rockets, but the Hawks and the Celtics are pretty good, so they're going to get later picks, or at least less of a chance for a first overall through the. I still don't understand the NBA lottery pick system, but I'm not going to pretend to understand it.
Yeah,
but
neither do I.
Hopefully the Rockets will get a good shot at adding a Long Beach State player this year.
Dan Monson, before he coached Long Beach State, I'll give you 2 guesses to guess where he was before this.
Before Long Beach State.
Yes.
Can I ask a question? Did he hire up or hire down?
Well, he's going to Long Beach State, so he's always going up. He was at one Power 5 school and one powerful West Coast school before this.
Powerful. Oh, Gonzaga was at the West Coast school?
He was the head coach of Gonzaga before Mark Few.
Let's go.
He took them to the Elite 8, and then obviously Mark Few has done what he's done.
Yeah, a lot of big swings. Honestly, I like Gonzaga ever since. I mean, yeah, I didn't appreciate some of the stuff last year with the University of Kentucky, but it's whatever. They, as soon as they took our white boy 3-point shooter from us after the 2012 championship season.
You mean Kyle Wiltshire?
Yeah, Kyle Wiltshire. Love that guy. Honestly, I can't be mad at Gonzaga.
Yeah, he did really well over there.
So Gonzaga is a powerful West Coast team, and then I get one Power 5. It sounds like he loves the West Coast, so I'm staying. I'm gonna go Pac-12. What about? I don't know. Shot in the dark here. Cal.
He is not coaching the Pac-12.
Oh, okay. Damn.
It's the Midwest.
Midwest. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Close.
Iowa.
Go north.
Wisconsin.
Not quite. The other one that's up there.
Minnesota.
Yeah, he's the head coach of the Golden Gophers.
Ryan was literally about to let me name every Big Ten school before he told me.
Yes.
He said you get 2 chances, and I got halfway through the Big Ten.
It was only 3, to be fair.
Yeah, and
4,
and now
whatever.
they got like 16 or 18 teams. So I didn't even get halfway.
Including USC and UCLA to get a payday.
Mm-hmm.
So last year the Beach finished 17-16, so right around 500. Lost in the conference tournament to the Cal Poly Mustangs.
Really?
Yeah, not a great way to end your season. At least you didn't lose to Vanderbilt in the first round of the tournament and spent like $90 to go to the game.
Right.
So Long Beach State, they're returning most of their team. They did bring in one big transfer player. It's Issa Silva from Stanford.
Okay.
So hopefully Long Beach State can do something with that. They're 0-1 so far. Not a great start, but it's November. Results don't matter in November.
Who did they play?
They're definitely not afraid to shoot threes.
Portland.
Yes, a tough loss to Portland.
Yeah, tough loss. They I don't know how normal Californians feel about losing to people from Oregon, but that might sting for a few people. Yeah.
They have a pretty tough non-conference. I was just looking at it before we were recording. They go to Michigan. They play DePaul today, November 11th.
Yeah. They also have to play Tuesday. They have to play a ranked San Diego State.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. And then their other big notable one is they play the fight. Apparently, the recurring theme of this episode, the fighting Bronny Jameses at USC.
At USC.
So they're getting a lot of respect because depending on what sports book you use, they are plus 400 to win the conference.
Wow. Okay.
So some value, if for those who like to be financially involved in futures.
Yeah, we've got a segment coming up after we meet our schools. Stay tuned for that. We'll talk about some ways to get money. Hopefully.
I know we need because who doesn't need money these days?
Yep, Christmas coming up. Somebody's kids.
The kids need Christmas presents, folks.
Kids need Christmas presents.
So should we go to our Gauchos?
Yes, UC Santa Barbara is next. Coming from
their mascot
Santa
is hysterical.
Barbara. I know, it's great. So if you're on X at all or Twitter or whatever it's called, the Sickos Committee has made it hilarious to joke on Pistol Pete from Oklahoma State, and I think
Purdue Pete,
and I think we found our Pistol Pete or Purdue Pete. Unfortunately, his name is not Pete, but he is the Gaucho, and he is hilarious. We're gonna we found some pictures online. We'll probably post that on our socials after the show here, and you can just see how hilarious it is. It's fun. I would love to get a picture with the Gaucho in the future. He looks so buff. His arms are like.
He also looks like he hasn't been to a dentist.
Yeah, definitely looks like one of those 49ers from California going out to the gold mine.
Also, we don't know how many Cowboys were going to dentists.
Right. Yeah. True. Not a lot of health insurance and panning for gold.
But you could just put the gold in your mouth instead. So UC Santa Barbara was one of the other 5 schools to form the Big West. Located surprisingly in you guessed it, Santa Barbara, California.
Yeah. Kind of like Snoop Dogg and Long Beach State. Didn't go to the college, but is from that area. Katy Perry is from Santa Barbara.
Katy Perry.
Was it him or somebody else? I think it was. Okay.
Anyway, UC Santa Barbara is known as a pretty big academic school.
Yeah.
These are known as they're pretty much called a public Ivy.
That's cool. Going back to Long Beach State, there's a famous alumni I forgot to mention, Steve Martin. Steve Martin went to Long Beach.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that's a pretty good one to have.
Yeah, no, my favorite Steve Martin role was the dentist in Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, that's right. You mean what's his name?
I don't know. He's the dentist.
I do know what the guy's name is. It's Oren something.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Like I said, UC Santa Barbara is definitely a very good academic school. They have 6 Nobel Prizes of people currently on the faculty.
That's insane.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Oren Scrivello is the name of the dentist.
Oren Scrivello. Wow, what a name. Yeah, put that on the back of a jersey too. I'm looking at some of the famous alumni from UC Santa Barbara, and I see some astronauts in there too. That's wild.
Who are the astronauts?
So I'm looking at first one that comes up, Jose M. Hernandez. He is a Mexican-American engineer and former NASA astronaut.
Oh, there we go.
Let's see who else. We've got Joseph M. Acaba. He's a hydrogeologist and former astronaut. And he was in May of 2004. He became the first person of Puerto Rican heritage to be named as an astronaut candidate.
Oh, there we
So
go.
a lot of good things coming out of a lot of walls being broken down out of UC Santa Barbara.
Big things happening in Gaucho land.
Yeah, we've got Leroy Chiao, another chemical engineer and retired astronaut. So yeah, no, a lot of these California schools, you'll see a lot of producers or actors, and there's some actors in here too, some singers, songwriters, but loving the astronaut representation from UC Santa Barbara. And then there's Sean Hannity.
Sean Hannity. I do have some other notable alumni too.
Yeah.
We have Michael Douglas,
Mm-hmm.
which I share a birthday with Michael Douglas, September 25th.
Nice.
DJ Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, he can. I don't acknowledge her because she dropped out.
Oh no.
Isn't Steve Aoki the guy who throws cake at people?
I think
Like
so.
like sheet
Yeah.
cake.
Yeah. Which is wild. Like, imagine DJing and then throwing a cake at somebody. Like, does he just have them on standby? Like, how many cakes does Steve Aoki throw per show?
Do people like bring cakes? So he's like Gallagher.
That's funny.
Steve Aoki, if you somehow get your eyes on this, you are more than welcome to throw a cake at me.
Yes, please.
I see Jack Johnson, the member of the Beach Boys.
Oh, I love that. I gotta love the Beach Boys representation. I've listened to Surfing USA on repeat for like 3 weeks straight at one point.
This one is a good one. Robbie Krieger, I think he's the bassist for the Doors.
Wow.
I think he was the bassist. He played one of the instruments of the Doors. Probably not guitar, since that was Jim Morrison.
I'm also looking at Jerry Trainer, who played.
Oh, Jerry Trainer.
Yeah, Jerry Trainer played.
Crazy Steve.
Yeah, Crazy Steve from Drake and Josh, and Spencer from the iCarly show.
Apparently, is he just like now typecast as like a crazy person now because he played Crazy Steve?
Yeah, he does it so well. Like,
one other big notable alumni I noticed was Barry Zito.
Barry Zito
is a pitcher in the major leagues for a while.
I love Zito. That's a fun last name.
My God, what a Jerry Trainer. Wonder what he's up to now.
I don't know.
Especially because I don't think they make that new iCarly anymore.
No.
I'll be honest, I didn't watch one episode of the new iCarly.
I for real didn't either. I'm just not interested in when they bring stuff back like that from my childhood. Like, sometimes it can be fun. Sometimes you get a gut feeling when it's going to be a stretch. I felt like it was going to be a stretch. Like, I also didn't watch a single episode of Fuller House. But I loved Full House. So it's just one of those things. I was not interested.
Yeah, like I felt very weird when I saw like the preview for like the new iCarly, because like they were talking about like getting drunk in it, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, this is not the Nickelodeon that I once loved.
This is not the wholesome Nickelodeon show that I once watched.
Yeah.
But
by God, bring back Danny Phantom.
Oh, Danny Phantom. That was Danny Phantom and like the Fairly Odd Parents is also kind of weird because they like have the exact same animation style.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's see. The best season UC Santa Barbara ever had was 1990. They made the round of 32.
Okay. So they got a tournament win.
Yeah, they've at least won one. So there we go. It's more than some schools can say.
Yeah.
They have been to the NCAA tournament 7 times, including last year.
Hey, there we go.
Last year they got beaten by Baylor, who then in turn got beaten by Creighton.
Tough matchups there. That's the downfall of the Big West for our teams that make the big dance. They
It's usually
understand.
only one.
Yeah, they understand our power, and so they got to throw them up against a Baylor or a 1 seed
They don't want us
to
to
keep
see
us
us
down.
succeed.
Yeah, the man's keeping us down.
Yes. The corrupt NCAA is keeping us down.
Yeah. So please, if you're watching this and you rank people for March Madness, do me a favor and give my boys from the Big West a middle seed instead of a lower seed, please.
Respect the flying dub.
Yeah.
Do any other conferences have a flying W? I don't think so.
No, we got to keep the W's running.
They also look kind of cool on the jersey, which I
like
noticed as I was looking through like all these uniforms.
Yeah, I think a little bit of critique here. I think it's kind of lazy being like black and silver. I think they could have did.
I think it looks sweet.
It looks cool. I think they could have done a better color palette on it, but for what it is, I think it's cool.
I like the merch too. I like the basic, just
Yeah.
the Big West right on the like heart of the shirt. Because why not? You have to have the Big West on your heart.
Right. Yeah.
So let's see. Santa Barbara has won the conference title 5 times. They have won the regular season 6 times. Their head coach is a guy by the name of Joe Pasternak.
Okay.
He's been there since 2017. His most famous work so far, he was an assistant coach under Sean Miller at Arizona.
Okay.
Sean Miller now at, I would say he's at Xavier, since he got bounced for paying DeAndre Ayton.
Nice. So we got a few guys coming in from bigger Power 5 schools to coach in the Big West. They're good jobs. I'm telling you.
Speaking of guys coming in, we'll get to that with the transfers because they've got a couple.
Yep.
Their primary rival is Cal Poly.
Okay.
And their rivalry is known as the Blue-Green rivalry.
The Blue-Green rivalry.
we couldn't get a better name for it.
So one is blue, one is green. That was
yes.
Wow.
Let's see. Last year they were good. 27-8 is what they were to finish the season. 15-5 in the conference, and obviously they won the tournament because they were in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. So the date of the Blue-Green rivalry is I don't know if they play a home and home. I'll check that out. But Santa Barbara at
Probably
Cal
do.
Poly, Saturday, January 6th, 10 p.m.
Mark your calendars, folks.
10 p.m. Eastern. Mark your calendars. We got a rivalry matchup that day.
Yeah, that should be the only thing that's being celebrated on that date. So they have 8 returning players. They brought in 2 big guys. They're 2 big transfers. Johan Traore from a school we are familiar with, Auburn.
Auburn, yeah.
And Ben Stolzberg from Creighton. And according to 24/7, they had the 99th ranked recruiting class in the country.
Wow.
And top of the conference.
Oh, they do play a home and home. So check this out. The second iteration of the Blue-Green rivalry is on Leap Day.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, literally Thursday, February 29th. We're getting some rivalry action on a Leap Day.
What a time to be alive.
Yep. It only happens once every 4 years. So
I wonder how they decided that we're just going to call it Blue-Green.
Not sure.
They want. Also, I think UC Santa Barbara has like my favorite name for an arena of one of these schools.
Yeah.
I believe they play at the Thunderdome.
The Thunder. Yeah. 2 teams enter, 1 team leaves. I love Thunderdome. I love Mad Max.
WWE SmackDown used to do a during COVID. They did Thunderdome where they just put people on like video screens and then and they called it Thunderdome.
Thunderdome. I love that. Yeah, definitely gotta go catch a game at the Thunderdome now. That's
yeah. Someone from UC Santa Barbara is watching. We are more than welcome to travel to you.
Yes, please give us press credentials.
So they only have 2 games on the non-conference that I really looked at. They played the Mount, Loyola Marymount, and they have to go to the Pit in New Mexico.
Nice.
Not a great start for the season for our Gauchos. They got upset by Portland State.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah,
it's November.
That's 0-2 against the city of Portland now between the Gauchos losing and I forget who we mentioned earlier lost to Portland, not Portland State, but Portland.
Long Beach.
Long Beach, yeah. So not great. We're letting the city of Portland beat us down.
They've only played 7 players, which is not really. We don't have enough sample size there to make any judgments. They right now are, I think, the number 2 team to win the conference, plus 340, depending on which book you use.
That's cool.
So we're getting gouged out, or whatever hashtag we're using for that.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking at the non-conference games for Santa Barbara, they have a much easier road than some of our other friends in the conference. I'm not seeing any Fighting Bronny Jameses over here. No, matter of fact, I think the most prominent team they have to play is Fresno State.
I was going to mention. I forgot to mention Fresno State in there.
Yeah, so Fresno State. We got Westmont. We got Northern Arizona, and New Mexico. But other than that, then they have a pretty easy non-conference schedule until they get to the conference play. So we'll see if that helps or hurts them. They won't have the mentality of getting beaten down by some of these big Pac-12 teams, but are they really being tested? Because we can play Northern Arizona all we want, but when it comes down to it, and you've got UC Davis, who has been in these close games, and they've played good teams, I think it's going to shake out in favor of the other teams come conference.
And considering they've knocked down Pepperdine, who usually, from what I know, is pretty good usually.
Yeah.
Anything else you got on UC Santa Barbara?
No, I'm excited to see how they do this year. I'm excited to get more pictures of the Gauchos, of the mascot. So
and us photoshopping more pictures of the Gaucho.
Yeah. So please, if you're listening to this and you go to a UC Santa Barbara game, please take pictures of the Gaucho, send it to us on our socials, and we will shout you out. We'll talk about it on stream when we can, and it'll definitely make our day.
And also feel free to send us, if Long Beach State has a physical mascot costume, send us that too. Send us your mascots.
Yeah, send us your mascots. We're suckers for the mascot matchup from the NCAA football games. We hope they bring them back. If we can get an NCAA basketball game with a mascot matchup between the Gauchos and like the Roadrunners or something they're not
Bakersfield.
Yeah, so I would love to see that. I
would hope that the all Roadrunner team, the speeds are all 99.
Yeah. Incredible. Terrible at shooting, but they just got
tons They just run really fast.
Yeah.
They're just doing like a Naruto run straight down the floor.
With the ball, is that a carry at that point? I saw a video of a soccer player doing that. He somehow he kicked the ball up and landed it on the back of his neck, and he started Naruto running toward the goal. And somebody was yelling, "Stop him! Stop him!"
There's another good soccer highlight that I watched a couple of days ago. There's a video that kind of went a little bit viral. It was player, he got yellow carded, and then he pulled out an Uno reverse card and showed it to the referee.
Love that.
Oh my god!
That's
Should we?
one way to get thrown out of a game.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't even know if he got red carded either. I think I would hope so.
Yeah. Another thing we hope to learn through learning about this conference and watching these games is we got to figure out who the bad boys are. We got to figure out who the villains. Like every conference has a public enemy number one. For the SEC
Grayson
in football,
Allen, if you will.
Yeah, Grayson Allen. For the SEC in football, it's Alabama. People love to hate Alabama. They're good. We get it. People hate them because they're good. People hate them because they love Auburn or they love Ohio State. People just love to hate Alabama.
Yuck.
We gotta figure out who the people love to hate in the Big West. We got to figure out who to love and who to hate. But at the end of the day, we're gonna love everybody all the same. But we got to get with the times and understand who our public enemy number one is.
Also, I'm very willing to go to bat for my guy Caleb Higgins.
Yeah,
my guy.
Yeah, some would
Also,
scream ball
also
hog.
if anyone at UC Santa Barbara is, or not UC Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara too, but Bakersfield. If anyone's listening, feel free, send us a big box of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially because your athletic ticket office followed the Instagram first. So,
yep. Like Ryan said, they
I'm
ran
a
on the ground
Bakersfield
floor.
boy.
Yep. Everybody else is just a follower and a poser. JK. We want everybody to follow us.
But we love you all the same.
Yeah.
It's like trying to pick a favorite kid.
Yeah. If the Bakersfield ticket office ever gets into an argument with somebody because they followed us first, we're going to genuinely believe that they're correct.
Yes. Just to be straight up about it.
Yeah. So if you want the same type of perks, please follow us on our socials.
Yes, please follow the socials. And like and subscribe to the video too. Yes. You don't even have to listen to the whole thing. Just play it in the background if you have to.
Yeah, that's how I listen to my shows. So I have a long commute to work. I got to drive about like 40 minutes one way. So yeah, I just pull up YouTube and put the phone in the passenger seat. I don't text and drive, and I don't watch videos and drive. That's illegal.
No texting and driving, folks.
But yeah, before the car moves, I pull up my favorite podcasts, start playing them, and I just put the phone in the passenger seat, and I let it run, and I start driving. And that's what gets me to and from work every day. So
with all that said, I think we should now go into our preview for the week?
Yes.
So, how do we want to do this? Do we just want to talk about the games, or do we want to or games that we like?
We could do games that we like. There's one that I wanted to talk about.
And plus, we're also getting close to time for bets too.
Yes. Let me see. We've got a little in-city rivalry coming up tonight. So University of San Diego versus UC San Diego is tonight at 10 Eastern. So I'm not sure if I got to learn more about this little in-city rivalry. I'm not sure if it's hostile or if it's mostly friendly, but we got some danger close battlefields coming in the great city of San Diego.
Lovely city, San Diego. Went there this summer.
Yes. So, hopefully we're rooting for. We convince everybody to root for our boys in UC San Diego to
beat
to
the dreaded other San Diego.
Right. Yeah. The other Diego from keep the wind. Yeah, keep the winds rolling in for the Big West.
So some notable games, I think, at least that'll be on television, or at least or easier to find television, probably.
Yeah.
Cal State Bakersfield, our boys, they go to Cal.
Oh wow, nice.
We got the season opener for Hawaii. Beautiful uniforms in Hawaii. I hope they wear the Rainbow Warriors a lot.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know why they're deciding to get in the game so late. These other teams are going to play 3 or 4 games by the time Hawaii plays one. So maybe we'll get more Hawaii games back to back later in the season to catch up. But yeah,
they're going to have a lot of tight games.
That Hawaii game's not until Tuesday.
And
Bakersfield and Cal is on Monday. Let's see. UC Davis is playing Montana tomorrow. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that starts a stretch for them up in Montana.
Nice. So we'll see if they can keep their good vibes rolling and make it to 3-0 and possibly farther.
Some other games up on here. We have UC Irvine again against the Fighting LeBron James Juniors. Bronny James, he's haunting our existence right now.
Yep.
November 15th, there are no games. One that I think might be kind of interesting might be Cal State Fullerton against UCF.
Really? Okay. That's exciting.
I don't know if UCF has another like 7'7" person like they did with Taco Fall.
Yeah, Taco Fall made us love UCF. So I wonder if they've kind of like maintained that level of skill, or if they're in a rebuild or a reload season.
I think it's either UCF or not UCF or FAU that has like the giant ocean wave that's on the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
Or it might be one of the schools in this conference too that has that.
I got to check out some of the floor designs. We do love floor designs here. Some of them are crazy. Some of them are cool. A lot of people don't like Oregon's floor design with the trees. I like it. I think it's neat. Tomorrow, a good game to watch, UC Riverside versus Portland. So again, like we said earlier, the city of Portland currently is 2-0 against our Big West boys. So we're hoping not to make that 3-0. UC Riverside has got a chance to steal a win from Portland.
We got to beat these Oregon boys.
Yeah. So
UC Riverside rough opening night. I believe they lost.
Yeah.
Some other games going on this week. We got Long Beach State has to go to Michigan.
Oof.
I believe that's on the Big Ten Network for those who want to see it. UC Riverside then gets a nice little fun trip to Chapel Hill.
Oh boy.
Which hopefully they cover, which I would like that a lot.
Yeah.
The other notable not really notable, but it's an important game nonetheless. The United States Naval Academy visits San Diego. UC San Diego.
That's fun. That's where there a lot of naval activities are based out of. I had a friend from high school join the Navy, and he was stationed in San Diego. I've always wanted to go there. I heard that you can they have a lot of submarines there, and I've heard that if you sit in certain like parts of the beach or parts, you can like sit out and watch in the bay or the sea and watch the submarines come and go under.
They have on one of the main like walking areas, they have like a whole bunch of like old ships and stuff, including an aircraft carrier.
Really?
It's really
nice.
Aircraft carriers are huge for those who
they're like
have never
seen cities.
One.
That where I don't know if they're going to do it this year. When college basketball would host a basketball game on an aircraft carrier, would they do that in San Diego? I assume so.
I would think so. I thought it would be cooler if they actually just did it on an aircraft carrier, like in the middle of the ocean, not just like docked somewhere.
I wonder if they've ever lost a basketball over the side. They probably don't have it close enough to the side.
Into the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, no. I wonder. Like we've already got the giant like Pacific trash float thing. I wonder how many basketballs are in that from this game.
For the record, we are anti-Pacific giant floating trash heap.
Yes. We please leave the beaches.
Don't pollute your oceans.
Yeah, leave the beaches better than you found them. Pick up your trash, throw them away in the proper receptacles. Don't choke the sea turtles.
By the way, if you beat one of the service academies, does that mean that you hate the troops?
Yeah. Is it is that game today or is it later in the week?
It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday. Okay,
November
they're
18th.
safe. They're safe. You can bet on them. I'm like, if you
you can't beat them on Veterans Day.
On Veterans Day, yeah, no, you can't bet against a service academy on Veterans Day. That's bad juju. You're not
prison and jail.
True patriot. No. But
I hold the take that if you're a college football team, you should you should schedule all 3 service academies.
Yeah.
And then if the committee tries to dock you for having a weak schedule, you can just say that they hate the troops.
Jeez. That's imagine having to play like Well, no, basketball doesn't go into May. I was like, imagine having to play service academies on Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Like, that's just miserable.
Oh, jeez.
Like
Definitely
the
can't beat them on
2 days.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, the Marines just had a birthday too. So happy birthday,
Yeah,
happy late
happy birthday
birthday,
to the Marines.
Marines. We love the troops here.
Know
We
any Marines?
yes, actually I work with one. Um, he's a really cool guy. He was a helicopter mechanic in the Marines.
I have a former student who's in the Marines now.
Nice.
So, as we have one last part to get to, which is we have to do picks here.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is our
So
segment for beach ball and bets. The triple B.
yes. We for how we're doing this, I say that we're gonna pick a road. We have to pick a road game and we have to pick a home game.
Road game and a home game. Got it.
That way we can avoid just picking chalk.
Mm-hmm.
And also the parameters that we've set for this is that the loser has to buy the winner a shirt of the school of their choosing.
Yes. We're gonna hold to it. I'm excited for it. Honestly, even if I lose, I'm probably just gonna buy myself and Ryan a shirt to begin with.
Absolutely.
So there are no true losers here. We're both happy to do this. We're both happy to get some merch.
So far, my leader in the clubhouse for shirts is one that of an anteater on a surfboard, and it says "Surfs Up at UC Irvine."
I love that.
And that and a Dirtbags baseball shirt, but that's another issue.
I still haven't picked a shirt yet, but I got tons of time.
Lucas, do you want to go ahead and pick your first game?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with a road game here. Get that out of the way. Living on a prayer here doesn't have a good track record, so I'm giving myself pretty long odds on this. I'm taking UC Riverside to get that win against Portland.
All right.
It's tough to beat a team or a conference multiple times in a year, and we can't let the city of Portland do it 3 times in a row. So Portland loves playing in the Big West. They think we're soft. They think we're weak. UC Riverside currently sitting at 1-1. That game is tomorrow. We're gonna make that. We're gonna hang another number. Yeah, we're gonna hang another number in the win column against Portland.
That'll be on my other TV right beside Red Zone.
Yeah.
My first game I'm also going to start on the road. I'm going to take Cal Poly over St. Thomas.
Cal Poly over St. Thomas.
Cal Poly 1-1 to start off the year. Walking into St. Thomas on next Friday. So I'm anticipating that they'll be able to come out with a win and stay strong.
Perfect.
I'll also go with my second one. I'm going to stay at home. Sorry to my midshipmen, but I'm going with UC San Diego over the Naval Academy.
Perfect. Gotta love the love the service academies, but they can't win them all, and we hope they don't win that one.
For the troops and for the midshipmen.
Yeah. Trying to pick a good home game. I'm not 100% prepared, but okay. Give me on. So I got. I'm torn right now. I got 2 home games I'm looking at. First one is on Tuesday, the 14th. It is UC Davis versus North Dakota State. Both teams sitting at 2-0, so I feel like that's going to be a pretty contested game. North Dakota State, big football school now. But
that's a road game.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's positioned.
You're due for a home game, brother.
It's positioned as if UC Davis is at home for that one. But if I'm wrong, my other
maybe I messed it up.
My other home game that I'm torn between is the one I was talking about earlier. The where to go? Oh yeah, the San Diego and UC San Diego rivalry. San Diego currently sitting at 2-0. UC San Diego sitting at 1-0. So another battle of undefeated. Somebody's got to leave with a loss. Um, yeah, I don't know. UC Davis is doing really well. It feels kind of cheating to start out betting on them. I'm gonna go with UC San Diego at home against San Diego.
Ooh,
Really a home game for both of those teams because their fans are so close. But UC San Diego's house, their rules, and hopefully they can stretch it to 2-0 and bring San Diego down to 2-1.
I do have some little nuggets that I might sprinkle in there. I might sprinkle a little UC or Cal State Fullerton to probably cover potentially
Really?
against
Okay.
against UCF. I don't know if UCF is any good. Is my only concern.
Right.
So let's see. UCF UCF was a little over 500 last year. So for what that's worth. And potentially, if there's anything else out there, UC Irvine against USC could be interesting too, because UC
Yeah.
Irvine's picked to win the conference by most people.
If I could add a sort of like a wild card third pick, I'm gonna take a player prop here.
Ooh,
It might be low hanging fruit, but bear with me.
Caleb Higgins.
Yeah, Caleb Higgins from Bakersfield in that Cal game. I'm going Caleb Higgins over 25 points.
I can
20,
see it.
25 and a half. Give me Caleb Higgins over on the 25 and a half.
He's got to score.
Yeah.
My man's got to score. UC Davis against Montana. I could throw a little Elijah Pepper over 20.
Yeah.
Depending on which book you could find that at, whichever one is that financially involved in this conference.
I don't actually know if 25 and a half is the line. Let me check. FanDuel usually is better for me at finding random stuff like that. Let me see if I can find some Caleb Higgins lines.
They probably don't even have them out yet.
No.
Because they probably won't set them out until the day of.
Yeah, no, they're more worried about college football today.
Yeah,
so, as they should. Big Michigan versus your Penn State Nittany Lions game today.
Yeah, without Harbaugh though. No.
Yeah,
Harbaugh
that's
on the
honestly.
sidelines.
I'm too afraid of this game to bet because Penn State doesn't come up in big games like they should, like against Ohio State. But without the Harbaugh one, yeah, I don't know. I think Penn State has the edge here.
Their only problem is they can't score, which is
Yeah.
kind of important in football, from what I understand.
Right.
Well, anything else that you have to add into this?
No, it's really early to tell who favorites are. I'm thinking my way too early pick to win the conference has got to be UC Davis at this point, just based on what I've seen. But we're working with a 2-game
sample size,
so it's not a lot. I'm gonna be real mad and sad if UC Davis decides to go on a mean losing streak, but I believe in them. I think they can keep it up and look for them to do some great things in conference play.
Yeah, my money, if I'm taking the conference champion outright, I'm probably going to stick with UC Irvine, but probably sprinkle a little bit on UC Davis because you never know, and they can probably put things together. Anything else that we have before we get on out of here?
No, I'm just excited for this season. I'm excited to meet more of these teams and schools. We've started off with 2 really great ones in Long Beach State and Santa Barbara, and we got tons more. There's 11. So in the conference currently for basketball, there's 11 schools. Now they do have some sport specific members in Sacramento State. They like to play. They don't play basketball with Big West, if I'm remembering correctly, but they're in it for beach volleyball and one other sport. I think it's like men's soccer. So when basketball season's over or when beach volleyball season starts, look for us to do our little segment on Sacramento State and talk about a sport that me and Ryan have some experience with in beach volleyball.
That's right. at a very low level, but a very competitive level.
Yeah, I don't know if you can call it beach volleyball, but there was sand involved. So
yeah, depending on which surface we were playing on at the time.
Right. No water in sight, but there was sand.
So anyway, what the socials, the links will be in the description, but definitely follow the Instagram Beach and Ball Show. Follow the TikTok at beach _and ball, and like and subscribe to the channel so that way we can do more stuff.
Right. Thanks for sitting with us through our first episode. If you have any comments, if we could do better on audio, if we could do better on segments, let us know. We love constructive criticism. We're here for the long run. We want to get better. We want to hear from you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you love the Big West, and tell us what we can improve on in our show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with all that said,
yeah, I'm Lucas again.
I'm Ryan, and enjoy the beach.
Enjoy the beach, enjoy the ball. I don't know what the weather's like where you're at, but get outside and play, and remember to tip your bartenders.
Absolutely. God bless.